Hello everyone and welcome to Bevan's Bricks, and we are at it again doing another live stream. I am going to be hopefully continuing to finish. I have this building and one other that's already built, and then I'm going to have to start getting into stuff where I have to totally rebuild things. But last night I started to transfer over the pet shop. So tonight, and did I want, you know what, heck with it, I'll go green. I already have them up here. And tonight I want to finish the other half of the pet shop, and then hopefully I'll be doing the Parisian restaurant after this. My goal is to try and get as many of these buildings transferred over as I can, and then I'm hoping to try and get my train station, because I never built my train station on a MILS plate, so I'm hoping to do my train station this weekend. That in and of itself is going to be a bit of a project, but it's one that I'm actually looking forward to. R. Claxton, how you doing? Thank you so much for renewing your membership. Brick Sergeant, hello, hello. And thumbs up to you, my friend, and thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. Queen City Bricks, R. Claxton, Aaron DeLilo. Wordy Dirty, hey, how you doing? The Cajun Yeti, hello, hello. I am just determined, and I mean determined, to get this thing and all these buildings put together. I honestly think I have an idea now on how I'm going to relocate some of the stuff on my table so I can start making it look like more of a city. Because to me, that is huge, is to try and get my city actually looking like a city. Blinky Bricks in the house. How you doing, my friend? John Garrett, Scotty Johnson, hello, hello. So we were just talking in Discord. And why is that not popping loose? Let's see, let's get that floor off first. And what do we got going on here? This floor doesn't want to come off. Why is that? Am I wrong? I thought that floor, you know what, I guess it don't. I could have swore, and looking at it, no, it's not modular. I thought that floor was modular off this building, so apparently it is not. So on that note, I am just going to rip it off and start transferring. Eastern Coins, hello. Paul S., Queen City Bricks, Phantom, Brooks Bricks. Now, let's not pick on Greg. I don't see him in here at the moment. He can't defend himself. And what did I... No, it looks like it all came off. I think anyway. This actually, you know what, I'm not even going to worry about cleaning it. I will clean it another day. Let's get the instructions out though, just to make sure that I'm looking at it right. That's the wrong instruction book. That's the pet side section. We did that yesterday. Where? There it is. I just need to get over to I think that's enough. Then I need, that's right. That's what I need. I need to see 2, 3, 4. Needed to see the actual entrance so I knew where the fence went. Hello, Josh Longboarding, or Long Photography. See, I thought they did, but no, if you look at it, there's no plates in there. The only plate is the actual floor. And even looking at the build itself on the instructions, that was not one of the buildings that came off the base. You actually built it directly up. So you can see you go from nothing but studs to plates. So it does not separate. And thank you so much for that, Brooks Bricks. Great, there's Greg. Now you can pick on him all you want. He's here to defend himself. West Trip, hello. Eastern Coins, hello. Scotty Johnson says, love the channel. Daryl, keep up the good work. And thank you so much, Scotty Johnson, for that awesome donation. That was very kind of you. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying the membership too. I'm not, I'm transferring, not transforming. I am, why does, oh, I guess that is how it goes. I am transferring, this is the house portion of the, and this isn't wanting to come off, there it goes. The house portion of the pet shop, because the pet shop has two actual individual builds. And this is the house piece, and then the other half of it is the pet portion of it. And I did the pet portion last night. So what I'm doing is I'm transferring this tonight, and then my goal is hopefully to try and do the Parisian restaurant next. And then after I'm done with the Parisian restaurant this weekend, that's why I'm trying to get this done today, I want to transfer my train station, because man, oh man, I really want to get that placed in the city, because that's going to let me start throwing a bunch of stuff together. I also need to get my convention center moved over to a MILS plate as well, because that's long overdue also. Oh, you didn't miss nothing, Greg. You're absolutely fine. Just pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And thank you so much. Aaron says, looks so much better on MILS. Fun with little D. Hello, hello. See, you got Greg all paranoid now. Oh, I mean, to me, the MILS portion of it is like the easiest thing you can do. So but I've been doing them for a while too, so that does speed my process up. Not to pick on you there at all, Greg. Thank you. He says, loves the GNR shirt. For those that are wondering what he's talking about, I have Guns N' Roses on my shirt. I always like to have a little bit of something 80s on me at all times, and tonight is this. And we do one. Oh, I gotta step back here. Yeah, they're gonna be epic moves, all right. I am not looking forward to them. It's going to be epic, because it's going to be epic if I actually can move it without destroying it, is the reality of it. I'm kind of feeling like I might end up doing some damage when that gets moved. Which, I mean, it's Lego, so all is good. If it happens, it happens. No big deal. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking forward to it, because those buildings are pretty massive. No, I'm not. I'm just decided I'm going to skip the power on everything, because being that everything's on MILS plates anyway, it's real easy to go back. Don't get me wrong, I know it's easier to do it now, but I'm on a mission personally right now to try and get everything that I would like or have that I can get placed in the city placed. And then once I do some of that, I might go back to the lighting. But just to be blatantly blunt as well, as far as the lighting goes, and I am still going to do lighting, I am still going to continue to do lighting. I don't know if I'll stream it as much or anything anymore, because I did notice that it seemed like, to me anyway, my channel was actually suffering when I started doing lighting, because most people just really aren't that interested in it. And it's not that it's not something interesting, it's people love to see the lights when it's done. Most people don't seem to want to learn about how to do the lights though. It's a very small group of people. So I'm going to start pulling back a little bit from doing the lighting so much as far as in live streams and things. And I will still do it, but what I'll do is I'll probably just do videos when I do it. Oh, no worries. No worries at all, Brick Sergeant. Like I said, just kind of explaining what I got going on. And hey, Bruce Kuhn. He says, hi all, shark, shark, shark. Yes, me and Charm have to work a few things out. I'm still not sure. He's already mentioned one building he wants me to bring. I don't really want to spoil it. I guess it doesn't matter though. Because with I want to ask him before I really say too much about it. Needless to say, though, I should be having some buildings coming. Some of the buildings that I'm planning on bringing already will be illuminated. And so you'll be able to see some of your lights actually in action on one of my builds, Blinky Bricks. But I'm not sure, because I know Charm said everything's still kind of in the planning phase. They're not actually going to meet as far as the display that they're planning on doing, because he's part of the Charm City Bricks lug, for those of you that don't know Charm City, which is a friend of mine. But because that I'm going to be physically displaying with Charm City's lug. And he's currently right now working out a map to figure out who can bring what, where, when, how much space each of us can have. And we've already discussed several of my somewhat larger buildings that I wouldn't mind bringing, and he personally really wants me to bring. So, like I said, without giving too much away, because I'm not 100% certain on what I'm going to be able to bring, I don't want to say I'm going to bring this and then, you know, my space isn't as big as it's going to be. But I am going to be going there. I actually tried to reserve my spot, but unfortunately the website's not even up yet for me to reserve my spot, because I was going to go ahead and pay early, pay ahead. That way I already have it reserved. Anyway, let me go grab my other building. I already had the MILS plate made for this one, and I keep forgetting I don't have to tell you guys because I can talk now. I got my cordless mic. Let me just tell you guys how happy I am that I bought this cordless mic. I know I've probably said this in every single live stream, but this is definitely one of the best purchases I personally feel like I made for streaming, is this live mic, the wireless mic system. And to some people, it may not be cheap. To me, I still thought it was a fairly cheap expense myself. But it was $130. It's a Mayono microphone system, wireless system. It's the exact same brand that my desktop microphone is from, and that's why I actually bought it, because I was so impressed with my desktop mic that I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy the same brand for the wireless. And I'm very glad I did. What sets do I want for 2022? I can tell you I want all the Star Wars... I should have took that over there. I wasn't thinking. I want all the Star Wars battle packs, and I'm going to be buying those in a multitude of quantities. I really want... I'm missing a couple little pieces off this. I really want the new modular building, of course, because I have a Lego City. We can't go without the new modular building. There's a crane, I believe it's in the city line, that I'm wanting to get, so I can say I want that set. There's not a lot of other sets I've really perused, though, be perfectly honest. Mayonnaise microphones. I know what you meant, though, AMA Pop. Like I said, though, it is a great mic. Brooks Brick says it's his goal to make it to a convention sometime next year. Queen City Brick says, I will definitely make it a goal for 2022 to attend Brick Fair, Virginia this year. Phantom says he does too, as far as the ones I want. As far as what AMA POV said, just to show you guys, because I had never heard of this brand ever in my life until I bought my my desktop mic set. And this is the mic. That's the actual. I personally don't know if I'm saying it right. It's Mayono or Mono. Anyway, something along that lines. But to me, this was always a very, very, very good mic. It's the mic that I can show you right there. That's the mic that I usually always stream with when I'm streaming. Which now that I have my wireless mic, which is the same brand. I am so happy with it, and because I have, and why isn't that camera? There it goes. I'm so happy with it, I'm just starting to use it for every single stream now. Yes, that crane is an awesome looking set. I totally agree with you, Greg. In this particular build, I'll be perfectly honest, I kind of saved it for last. And I saved it for last because it looked like it was going to be the largest pain in the rear to transfer. I'm trying to gather all the different pieces I had tucked inside of it. And, oh, his foot came off. Trying to make sure, there's the other light. These are the lights that go back up on the backs, or the flowers that go on the back side, a little turkey. Trying to make sure I got all the little tiny things out of the way. I'm not that impressed with the hospital myself. It's just my opinion. I feel it's too simplified, I guess would be the best way I could put it. There's not enough options. There's not enough build techniques and things like that going on with the walls and such. So if I bought the hospital set, honestly, it would probably be a parts set for me only. But it's, like I said, it's, oh man, this is really going to crumble. It's personally not something that I am that impressed with to begin with, though. Come on. Okay. That wasn't as painless as I thought it was going to be, or painful. And that, trying to make sure I don't lose anything. Let me just leave that there. This fell apart. Kind of bear with me, guys. Because it is like I thought. Some of it did start trying to crumble. Because there's a ton of details in this particular building. And that's what makes it such a very cool and interesting. And see, a lot of this stuff is built right to the floor, so there's no easy way to transfer it. So anyway, let me, do I have the instructions for that handy? Give me 1 second to walk off the screen. I totally agree the previous hospital was much better, and I do have 2 of those, and at some point I am going to try and mock up a larger hospital. And yes, it would be nice if it had a helicopter pad too. The previous hospital set, you can find it. The problem is it's, and I agree, Rob, the shape is cool. It's just, it's too small, and I'm just, personally, I'm not that impressed with it. This particular build, yes, the Parisian restaurant is a great build. Totally agree with you. I love this building. And I'm kind of having a fear, because I haven't brought all of my instructions out to the barn. And I kind of have a fear that the Parisian restaurant is in my other file cabinet that is still in my attic. Oh, look at that. I got lucky. I do have the Parisian restaurant out here. Well, how about that? Dun, 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 dun. I didn't think I had them. At some point, I need to get all my other files out of there and bring them out here, because it's much easier for me to just walk over to my file cabinet and find an instruction manual when I need it. I agree with that also, Matt, that the ambulance does kind of match up better to European, but at the same time, just my feeling anyway, it seems like a lot of the American ambulances and such are actually starting to look more European. At least that's kind of my feel, my take on it anyway. Because, like, look at the new Ford Transit. Because the new Ford Transit, to me, looks like... Okay, the Ford Transit, to me, looks like it would be a European vehicle. And I'm trying to remember there's another manufacturer that makes a van. And again, it, to me, looks European also. And I put too many of these on already. So some of those got to come off. So I can, but I was going to say I can see why they made it the way that they made it, but at the same time, you also have to take into consideration that Lego is actually located in Europe, so obviously they're going to try and go with more of the European trends anyway, as far as appearances. So the look to me of the ambulance isn't a big deal. It's just it's not an impressive looking set is what my all in all problem is with it. In the ambulance, but again, yellow and green is a European, if I'm not mistaken, the color that they use in Europe for their ambulances. But mind you, I am not in Europe, so I might be wrong in that. But that's why I feel that they probably went with that color scheme, because it does match more in line with the European style. And trying to see if I can break a nail tonight transferring all this. Good evening, CC, Ozzy Adams, hello, hello. The city line, and that is my feeling totally, Greg. They've, that's why I say, I hate to say it this way, but it's like I've told everybody, because even all the sets that the city line had this year, they were all kind of, in my opinion, dumbed down. And like I said, I hate to say it that way, because I don't mean it to sound offensive, and I know that may sound offensive, but I feel they're after a much more younger audience, as opposed to it being an older audience. And when I say younger audience, I mean very young. Young in the aspect of, I think they're shooting for 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds. Whereas in the past, they were shooting more for like 12 to 16-year-olds is kind of how I felt about it. But that, again, is just kind of my thoughts and feelings. And because if you notice, with pretty much any of the city sets they have now, they're making them extremely chunky, is a good way to put it, I think. They're very, well, like I said, chunky is probably the best way to put it. And I'm wondering if I just had a little brush. Let me grab a little brush, because a lot of this stuff's got little dust particles and stuff stuck in it. One thing I will say, though, for those of you, I don't know if you've seen it, because I know a lot of people have been asking for it for quite some time. And what I'm talking about is, I don't know how many people have looked at it, but the space line. To me, I'm more impressed with the space line. And granted, I know when most people say they would like to see Lego come back with space, they were thinking more of the classic space. Classic space being the blue sets, the blue buildings, and all that kind of stuff, and that isn't what they came back with. But I'm personally pretty impressed with the new space line, because that is what it's called, it's called the space line. And with that, they are making some really neat sets. Those are sets that I am fully intending on buying. I want to get the space base. I want to get some of they have like a moon crawler. They have, there's a couple different things they have, but either way, long story short, there are several of the space sets that I truly, fully intend on buying. Because as far as, because I want to say that might still be under the city line, but like I said, it is the space line. But as far as any of the sets, if I'm just going to buy sets for like mocking and modding up and such, those would be the ones that I would truly want to grab, would be the space ones. Because I can see, and hey, Kyle Dunbar, how are you? I can see taking those, like that one lunar base set they have, where, because I think there's actually 2 lunar base sets you can buy, but one of them's got like the glass dome. I love that particular set. I can so see making like a lunar base or some large mock that would be like a space base or whatever, using those particular sets. I'm personally just really, really, really impressed with those. The space launch is very cool. Yes, it's got a very 90s feel. I totally agree. But like I said, that to me, that out of all the new stuff that I see, that would be my personal favorites and focuses. But I've always been a space nut, and when I first got into Lego as a kid, to be perfectly honest, that was my primary focus. I did have city sets as a kid as well, but I was more into the old retro blue space sets than I was anything. And they were just, to me, they were just absolutely amazing looking sets. And I thought that went there. And then, but as far as being impressed with anything, that would be what my impression is the space sets are the ones that I would be aiming for, or will be aiming for, and will be buying. Kyle Dunbar, thank you so much, my friend. Kyle just gave a $2 donation. He says, "Hiya, I'm bedridden with pain." Well, that's never a good thing. I hope you feel better soon with whatever your issue is. Yeah, this set is a bit of a pain, to say the least. You are absolutely correct. That was why I wanted to get my instructions, because the way, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love this set. This is one of my favorites, but the way that it's put together, there's like a ton of details, which is wonderful. But the problem is, all those little details are built right onto the base plate, which makes it's not just peeling a few pieces up and moving them over. You really have to slowly pick every little stinking piece off. Oh God, actually yes, that would be a great way to mock it, Greg. Would be doing, so for the fact that that popped into your head, that's a great thought, great suggestion, because that would be a great way to use those sets, would be to mock up some alien stuff. That was an excellent movie. It's definitely a classic, to say the least. Steve Weiser, I didn't think I'd see you tonight. I thought you were going to a retirement gig. Not for you, of course. I know you were going to a friend's, though, I thought. Queen City Brick says, Daryl, I just saw the train station on Brick Addict. Is this new? What it is there for is because I have a new perk. For those of you that don't know, I do have a membership. I have 3 levels of membership. I have a bronze, a silver, and a gold. And I know I really don't talk about it much, and maybe I should start talking about it a little more often, but and Queen City Bricks is a member. Queen City Bricks, if I remember correctly, you are silver. But because, as you know, or at least I hope you know, me and the new owner of Brick Addict, which is Paul Roos, for those of you that don't know, I'm going to have him as a guest this Sunday, and we're going to do a live stream and kind of talk a little more about it. But anyway, one of my new membership perks, because for my gold members, I used to do live meet and greets on the weekend, and it was getting really hard for me to do dedicated time frames. So I canceled that perk, and the perk that I just finally did in place of that for all my gold members is anytime or every month I'm going to give my gold members access to one of my sets, the instructions anyway, for free. And this month's was my train station. So all of my gold members are able to go to Brick Addict, and they are able to download my train station instructions for free. And that is my reward for them being a gold member and supporting my channel. So that's why you see that there. At the end of the month, that will be coming down, and then I'll be putting up a new set at Brick Addict's site. But that is what that's for. That's to make it easier for my gold members to be able to go and download that. Okay, so I know Paul, because Paul used to be a lot more active in Discord, but ever since he's gotten Brick Addict, He's quite a bit more busy, so he's not quite as talkative in there as he used to be. But, and I'm sure you know this as well, he is also the one that makes all my instructions for me. And that's why I always tell people, when they ask me about instructions, it's a lot of everything that I can do, say, whatever. When it comes to instructions, it's all up to Paul, because without Paul, I would not have any instructions at all. He is the one that does them. He does an amazing job with them. I can't say enough about Paul, let me say it that way. He does just a really fantastic job. So anytime that you get instructions from me, that is who they were made by. He sits down and I send him a bunch of pictures, and then he'll send me, you know, his progress, so on and so forth, until I'm happy with it, and then we decide and say, okay, it's good, and then we release it and put it on Rebrickable. And that is how that goes. Which Friends mock are we talking about? Yes, Rita Wilson. I think everybody got that email. At least I'm pretty sure most people got that email. And I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I want to say that it said to expect them to be delivered, if I remember correctly, it was sometime in August, at least for the set that I ordered. I got the the bowling alley, as I just thought that was a really freaking cool looking set. So that was the one that I ordered. And I got that email, I got that email as well, and I'm like, holy crap, I honestly did not expect to see anything from that for at least a month or so. So they are, to say the least, they are on the ball with that. Craig says they are the clearest instructions I have ever followed. And if Paul heard you, I can tell you right now, he would be extremely grateful for you saying that. And like I said, for anybody that's interested in knowing more about Paul and knowing more about Brick Addict or anything along that lines, we are planning an early stream on Sunday. We still need to totally figure out exactly what time, but I want to say it was going to be roughly sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. I will make a quick announcement on my my community tabs, so that way if anybody's interested in seeing that, they can see it. But that is am I messing up? No, I'm not. Okay. That is kind of the preliminary set time that we were kind of looking at, was sometime between 2 and 4 in the afternoon on Sunday, if anybody wants to have any questions or comments or anything like that. And he's just an all-around great guy in general, so. And why am I? Oh, they're there. Not missing anything. It's right over there. Now I feel better. Okay, and then that piece goes on that, so I can't put that on yet. Okay. Now I'm cooking with Crisco. I don't think I've seen the fire sets, honestly. So I'm not certain. Rita says they passed on the bowling alley. The reason I already have a place picked out that I'm going to put it. I was going to pass on it, and the more I looked at it, I thought, you know what, let's help this guy out as far as, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought when you purchase stuff on that program, some of the proceeds actually go to the designer of that particular set. And I thought he did a really amazing job. What I'm looking at it as, though, is I plan on modifying it because I like it, but I feel like it's just a tad too short. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it anyway, and then when I get a chance, I'm going to modify it at a later date. But the new fire sets I really haven't looked at, so I don't really want to give an opinion because I haven't looked at them closely enough to be able to give you a valid opinion on them. The parking garage is already on a MILS plate. I did that a while ago. So no, I don't have to rebuild that at all. The only thing I have to do with the parking garage is I did a live stream the other day where I was taking my train track that I did have already integrated throughout the city, and the parking garage was one of those places. And I was taking the old train track out so I could place the new train track. The new train track is actually old train track, but it's 9-volt track. But that's all done except for, like I just said, the integration of the train track. I need to, and it's not that far away to being done. It's just, I just got to do some greebling and such around the tracks itself. But the tracks are running through the train station now. Am I looking at that? Yes, that is correct. And what did... Craig is messing with Steve now because because Steve is home early because he needs to go to bed. Like I said, I did not expect to see you at all tonight, man. You said you were going to a retirement party. I thought, man, you're going to be out until like midnight or so myself. As I say, I've only seen a few pictures of him, and from what I've seen, I'm not that impressed. But like I said, I don't want to go too deep on the new fire sets because I really haven't looked at them that well, to be perfectly honest. But the fire sets kind of go, to be perfectly honest, hand in hand. Will that work? Yeah, it will work. Kind of go hand in hand with the city sets, and that's part of the reason they're not that impressive, to be perfectly honest. At least that's my thought anyway. Wasn't that their goal in life? Is they have to wake their human? Because they're not your pet. You are the cat's pet. But like a lot of the city and all that, to me, what little bit I've glanced at them anyway, the fire sets to me look more like part sets, and it's not really something I'd be interested in buying. Those are the kind of sets that I will wait until they go on clearance on Amazon, and then I'll probably jump on them. But that's about the only time I personally would buy them, is once they are on clearance on Amazon. Just kind of my feelings. And how does that? Looks good. And this will go there. But I'm feeling more and more like that with a lot of Lego sets. I hate to say it. It seems like they're kind of, without being too harsh, going downhill with their designing. But again, it's like Greg said, it does feel more like they're after a younger market. So, I mean, you got to try and keep that in mind also when you're looking at them. And let's pull those up. Oh, you didn't want to come up, you little stinker. There we go. Yes, they are. Normally, I just gouge my fingers with them, and I'm trying not to do that. Trying to actually set a nice example, because normally I do. I just go through with my fingernail and just continually pop them apart. And now I want to get these off. Give me 1 minute. I'm just trying to make sure I am starting my location correctly, and I feel like that's accurate. But anyway, that's something else I do want to mention for those that may or may not know. Macro Bricks. I intend on having Macro Bricks as a guest in one of my live streams on Saturday. And if I remember correctly, the time that we chose was 4 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll go live for probably like an hour or two this weekend. So if you know Macro Bricks, or if you don't know Macro Bricks and you'd like to know them, don't forget to check out Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, because I'm going to start trying to do a lot more streaming and having guests here and there, just to try and get people more acclimated with other people that are in the Lego community, because there are a lot of people that nobody's ever even heard of or seen before, and I thought that would be kind of fun. And Macro is a longtime supporter of my channel as well, so I thought he would be a fun guest to have. And you must be getting picked on, Greg, because you're saying hearty, heart, heart. Brian M says thanks. And Lawrence, I'm sorry, I'm trying to see if I... oh, you're referring to... Okay, because I made that one response to you about rebuilding it with the road plates. I meant switching out the old road plates. I'm still not 100% certain on what I'm doing with that yet. I thought about leaving because I already have them all built. I thought about leaving all my existing road plates where they're at, and then just adding the new road plates everywhere else, but I did mess up, dang it. But like I said, I'm still kind of on the fence on it. I'm not 100% certain. I haven't ripped them apart yet, so I can still go back. So, like I said, it just still kind of teeter-tottering the idea while I'm trying to get everything else back together, or together, so I can get it placed on the table. I'm trying to think about different things that I may or may not want to do. And that definitely is one that's on my mind. Hey, Kenneth Swan, how you doing? Aaron DeLalo says, my only problem is the brick separator is a bit too small. But other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, I can see what you mean, because sometimes it would be nice if it had a little bit more length, just quite simply because it would give you a little bit more leverage when you're trying to separate like larger plates and stuff that are stuck together. So I can definitely see your complaint, my friend. But that's where you could design your own. So there's a thought for that one. Because Lego, I do not believe, owns a patent. Like I said, I don't believe anyway, they own the patent for those. So that would be something you could easily. And I think I messed up. So we need to move this to here. I think. Let me flip a page. 1, 2, no, I was right. Okay, fool. Okay, so that chair, now we got it. That chair went there. This chair goes here. This chair goes there. That chair goes there. There we go. We got that back together now. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Light Take didn't do anything. Paul Roos fixed the issue that we had. Or do you mean you're wanting to order the set from Light Take? They were supposed to fix the issue that I had, or that, yeah, when I built mine live, yes, that was supposed to be taken care of. I haven't heard from anybody directly that has purchased my train station to hear otherwise. But I did, because what I found out anyway, or yeah, they originally were using the instructions, an old instruction set, and it was my fault. I had sent them an old instruction set before. I sent them the wrong version, is what it boils down to. And they have the newest version now, so there should not be any issues at all. if you are one of the people that are wanting to buy it from Light Take, so that way it's cheaper. It should not be a problem to buy it now. And how does that go? Let's see, we got to try that first. So that'll be 1, 2. Does that seem like it's right? 1, 2. So I got that piece, and I got 1, 2 bricks, 1, 2 more bricks, and then that piece goes there. So yes, that should be an accurate location for that. What time will I end the stream? I'll be on for at least another half hour or so. Aaron was saying, I know you can get a 4-stud brick separator. It might get that, or that one might be the same. I know what he's talking about, and you know what? Let me see, because I'm supposed to have 2 of those as to what he's referring to. I don't know if I have it in my bin O separators, though. And honestly, actually, this one isn't 4 bricks wide. This is the only other brick separator I know they make, but they haven't made it in years. But it's a very industrial brick separator, just so you can see. I'm not sure, honestly. I was trying to get the name to focus in for you guys. But this is an official brick separator, and it is, when you look at it in comparison, it is a lot bigger. It's fatter here, but the head of it is still the same. I don't know of any that are actually 4 wide that are made by Lego anyway. I just know that they used to make this style once upon a time, and they might even still do it. But let me see if I can see the date on the inside of this guy. It is I'm not sure. Okay, the orange one's 2010. I don't see the year on the inside of this one. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one was 2007 is when I got that. At least that's the date inside of it. These, they still give them in sets now. Yeah, this isn't like this isn't. But like I said, the date on the inside of that does say 2007. At least, you know, my eyesight's not what it used to be, so I don't want to swear by that. But it looks like it could be 2007 in there. But to my knowledge, they don't make it anymore. But again, that's to my knowledge. It doesn't mean that it's not. That's just what I thought. And Aussie Adams, thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Aussie Adams just did a $2 donation. And again, that was absolutely fantastic of you, my friend. And we want to get that piece off, because that's going to go there, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, it does. There we go. So now this can go there. Actually, I am moving along a lot faster on this than I ever honestly thought I would. I know he goes in here. And Brian M., welcome to Gold. Now, because you're new and I want to make sure that you see it, you should see, actually the newest link that you'll see in my community tabs will be the link so you can go and download the instructions for my train station. But below that, you should see, holy crap, I got a whole bunch of people doing stuff. Aussie Adams did the Superman. Pat O'Connor did #1. So thank you, Pat O'Connor, for the $1.99. But again, back to Brian M. Make sure you look at community tabs. Community tabs, you should see the link so you can download my train station, because that is free. And again, as the instructions state, when you go to the Brick Addict website, use my offer code, and it makes it free for you. But get that, and don't forget to click the link on Discord There should be a link before that post about the new gold membership thing. And when you click that, you get into Discord, and we will make sure that we get you set up in your proper level, so that way you do have your access to gold once you're in there. And thank you again so much for joining the membership. I really appreciate that. Rob says he's got to move his to a MILS plate at some point. I have to say, out of all of them to move, this one has probably been the most pain in the butt. But I like it, so I'm not going to complain too hard. Get off there. But that's the nice thing, because once it is transplanted, I never have to do it again. Thank you, thank you. These are perfect for removing tiles, and well, you know what, I'll show you a little. Because all I do, now I will say this, it will leave a little bit of a mark on your plate, and if you don't mind it, it's not a big deal. But it's almost like, what do you call it? People always post the stuff about super soothing, because you can pry it one at a time, but if you get the right angle when you want to go to remove tiles, especially when you have a bunch of them, that's what's great about these. You just get it right underneath there, and then and it takes them right off. And that way it takes them really quick. The problem I do want to point out, though, and I will show it to you, and it doesn't really bother me because it's a base plate. It's, you know, it's for putting stuff on it. It will leave a slight mark on it, and I will show you that mark right after I get all these off. But to me, that is the quickest way to get plates off, if you don't mind leaving that mark. And I don't know if you can scrub the mark off or not, but I'm trying to. If you see right there, you get a little bit of a mark. If you look just kind of in the reflection there, right here, you'll see that there's just a little bit of a mark on the plate itself. So if that doesn't bother you, that is absolutely the quickest way to do it. Just kind of put it up underneath there and then just push it forward, and all your tiles will just fly right off. I do that typically when I'm in a hurry. I just did it now just to try and give you guys an example. I don't do it all the time. But my finger is also getting sore because I've been trying to prop them one at a time. So I guess it's better that I did go ahead and go in a hurry. Aaron says the only difference between the old and the new is the technique pin on the orange one. Well, no, the width is wider on this. You don't have the flat slope on the end, but you do have a thick flat one here. And Bruce Kuhn, holy crap, he says to buy more 4x4 plates. And dude, you are awesome. Thank you so much. Bruce Kuhn just donated $25. And again, thank you so much, Bruce. I really, really do appreciate it. That is awesome of you. But besides that, you're right. There is no pin there as well. But I mean, it's just all around. Holy crap, guys! Scotty Johnson, thank you so much. He says this is for the weekend. I have to work and we'll miss the streams, and no worry at all. And thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Scott. Scott just donated 20 as well. So we had Bruce and Scotty, and we got a gold member all in the last couple minutes. You guys are freaking killing me. Again, thank you so much. It's very, very kind of you. Yeah. Kenneth Swan says all it is now basically is a marker maker. Yeah, pretty much. But and the thing you have to take into consideration as well, yeah, you started something, Aussie. You did a donation and everybody followed suit with you. So thank you again. This is a softer plastic than the plastic that you're actually building with. And that's another reason that you see that line, because every time you're running it across like that, a little bit of this wears down and wears off. So these, over time, I hate to admit it, I throw them away. I do have a large drawer full of them, but as they wear out, and you might even be able to see it on this one, you see how it starts to warp over on the end? After it warps over long enough, it just totally destroys it, and you have to get rid of it, is what boils down to. An Eggtown egg, thank you. Holy crap, man, you guys are just throwing it everywhere. Eggtown egg, thank you so much for the $10 donation. And Kenneth Swan, thank you so much for the $5 donation. He says, adding to the rain. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. And I just, thank you. I can't say thank you enough. You guys are very kind. Thank you. I forgot what I was talking about now. As far as comfort, I will totally agree with you. I would rather have this one all day long. The thing I was going to say, though, is I don't know that it necessarily will get a plate off so much. See, the problem with it is you don't have that sharp, pointy edge, so you can't really get underneath the tile, and that's where this one comes in. Holy cow, guys! Thank you. Anthony Perot says Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas to all of you guys. Greg Bissett, fist bump. Hey, he did a $3 donation, and thank you so much, guys. Like I said, Aussie Adams just created a whole freaking Brooks Bricks, did the Frisk Fury. Thank you, dudes. Thank you. You have, well, I'm going to be buying a lot of Lego soon. That is where my donations go. They go right back into Lego parts. So that just totally made my day, guys. Again, thank you so much. That is very kind of you. I don't think I've seen that many donations on my live stream in months. You guys are killing me. And you're also the reason why I continually come back and keep doing stuff. So again, thank you so much. Greg says it's a nor'eastern. Not fit for man or beast. I'm trying to that was a phrase that somebody I used to work with would say. It looks like it's a nor'east because it's not fit for man or beast, or something along that lines. And Brick Sergeant did the dancing guy with a little flute thing and did a $5 donation. Again, thank you so much as well. That's awesome, Brick Sergeant. What was it that, oh, Brooks Bricks says parts warning in effect. The parts warnings is a constant effect thing. I can't even be, you know, that was something that somebody said the other day too, and I thought it was the normal price. I keep meaning to post it, and I keep totally forgetting. But if anybody's looking for, I thought this was the normal price, and apparently it's a sale price. Where did the box go? And if anybody's looking for, and I keep forgetting, I can walk away because I got my cordless. Here we go. Because I just got these 2 weeks ago. But again, I thought this was the normal price, and I bought these because I have the intentions on building a bunch of buildings. But if you go to Lego Bricks and Pieces, I think I got 20 of every color. But the point that I want to point out is these are, if I'm not mistaken, the whites are $1.63 a piece. The dark grays were $1.74 a piece. These dark tans. Holy crap, Scotty Johnson just did a $10 donation. Thank you, Scotty. I appreciate that. But anyway, every 4 or 16 by 16 plate that I saw on Bricks and Pieces, and mind you, you can only buy a maximum of 200. But these are all under $2 a piece right now. And like I said, I thought maybe that was a normal price, but I wanted to post it to you guys, and I keep forgetting to tell you about it. But if you're looking for 16 by 16s, right now is the time to go and look at them on Bricks and Pieces website. They're all under $2. But like I said, the prices seem to range from $1.63 to roughly $1.74. And again, I bought all these because, well, you can never have enough 16 by 16 plates when it comes to building buildings. At least in my opinion, anyway. Anthony says everybody's pre-funding the boutique hotel, and yeah, obviously, all the donations I just got, I'm going to say that was probably just covered. Absolutely. And that is an awesome building, and I cannot wait to get it. Because for everybody that's not familiar, or if you're not normally in my streams or anything, I have 3 other modular buildings I still have to build, and when I go to build them, I'm going to be building them directly right onto a MILS plate. I am no longer going to build them right out of the box onto a plate, because everything I'm going to start using in my city, because that is one of my big goals this year, is to get my table covered so everything goes right onto a MILS so it can go right into the city if I build it now. And that is my total intention. So I will be buying a lot more 4x4s. So that's another awesome reason for the donations, because I buy those in quantities of a couple thousand at a time every time I do it. Matt says, time to end the stream because Mike just... every time I hear the name Mike, and I hope this isn't offensive or insulting Mike Lamolino, but I automatically think of the old, remember the old commercial? Hey, it's Mikey. He likes it. He likes it. I believe that was Life cereal. But every time I see your name, that commercial pops in my head. And like I said, it's not a bad thing, but it's just for whatever reason, every time I see that name. I grew up with a friend of mine, Mikey Dumo, and that was anytime I would ever see him, I thought the same thing as well. It was, oh, it's Mikey. Hey, Mikey, he likes it. Scotty says he has enough VIP points to get one, and he's going to buy a second. That is impressive, my friend. I've been kind of spending my VIP points rather quickly here lately. I don't think I have that much in there anymore. The last time I checked, I thought I was under 20,000 as far as my VIP. At one time, my VIP through Lego was somewhere in the neighborhood of like 70,000, but I went on a kind of a spending spree. I have a few different sets coming. I have all because while I was doing that commission job, I was doing nothing but buying parts for the commission, so all of my personal purchases kind of went on hold for quite a while, and I kind of got behind on a bunch of different sets, so I made several, but I would consider large orders. Like I bought the friend's apartment, I bought the Queer Eye for or Straight Guy, something like that, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, or Straight, forget what the name of that apartment is, but I also bought the Seinfeld set, so those are on the way. I'm wanting to get Titanic, but it's never in stock. But that is another set that I fully intend on buying. And why isn't this lining up? There it is. But I knocked, that's what I did. I knocked that off, but I can put that on after. Did I get that in there? Why doesn't that look right to me? Trying to get the square peg in the round hole, and it doesn't want to fit. And okay, the back is on, so that's down. That looks like that's down. So why? It's just this front wall doesn't want to line up. And I'm wondering, did I do something wrong in here? Everything looks accurate. No, that's in there, that's in there. Yeah, from what I can tell, they're all in there, but it's not going down. So what am I doing wrong here? Let's pull the curtains off so I can see a little better. Aaron says the next building is coming. And come on, you just gotta there. No, what? Okay, you're not aligned. There we go. Now we're cooking. It wasn't the posts that weren't aligned, it was the window that wasn't aligned. Holy crap, guys. You're just killing me tonight. Bree Tucker did a $20 donation and says, can't get enough of Daryl. Thank you. And thank you. I really appreciate that, Bree Tucker. Brooks Bricks, I'm assuming you're saying that your current quantity for VIP is 33K? Do I understand that correctly? And yes, that's what that goes, so that's okay there. And again, thank you so much. And I hope I'm saying your name right. I really apologize if I'm not saying it correctly. Brooks Bricks says, and Greg's got 5K. So that's the problem, man. They spend quick. They spend too quick. A lot of my VIP points, and I know a lot of you guys know about this because me and Mike, or me and Steve, met here at my local Lego store here in Michigan 2 times in a 1-month period, and we pretty much quite literally cleaned the store out of the pick-a-brick wall because they knew exactly who we were when we walked in the second time. That was a lot of fun, though, I have to say. But like I said, we bought a lot those days we went, and believe it or not, that's where a lot of my points came from, was those 2 trips we made. Because we bought a ton of parts. I still haven't even sorted all my parts. They're all still sitting here on the floor, to be perfectly honest. So that goes there. That goes there. There we go. And then goes there. Turkey goes back in here. Trash can goes out back. And I think we got her. Look at that. Get her done. We got her done. Another modular fully transferred to MILS. So we got that one and that one done tonight. The problem I have now is, actually, I think I could, because I have half of Market Street assembled. A couple of the pieces are kind of beat off on the top, so I need to find my instructions to figure out what I messed up on that now. Anthony Perot says he has 5,400 VIP right now. Jamie's channel was asking, what are the points? The points are, if you buy Lego from Lego Shop at Home and you're a VIP member, you get points. And for every, help me out here, guys, every, every 100 is $1? Every 100 points you get is $1? I can't remember. I'm like really... Jason Vincent, I have not seen you in quite some time, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And thank you so much. Jason Vincent just donated $5. Like I said, it's good to see you, man. I have not seen, heard, talked anything to you in, God, it feels like months. Bricktail Studio says, man, I need to build a pole barn already because the whole live stream yourself building a business is quite clearly lucrative. Well, this is the thing that I tell anybody that wants to build a barn. It's quite simply this. I like to try and make sure I point this out to everybody. A barn the size of my barn is, if you were to pay somebody to do it, is going to cost you probably about $100,000 to $120,000. My barn, personally, it was under $40,000 is what the total cost of the facility was. And then I built this with the intention of being able to do my YouTube streaming and stuff in. But the main focus of me building my barn is, this has always been a dream of mine. I collect a vast amount of different things, comic books, action figures, Lego, you name it. I probably have played with it, dabbled with it, or still dabble with it. And this was my dream space, the place, this is my man cave, is what I always tell everybody, but my man cave is nothing but toys. That's why I call it the Lego barn. But anyway, this is my like escape house. So it's 1,800 square feet of, and I need to do another tour because I know a lot of people haven't watched my old videos or seen my old videos. I've done a Lego barn tour in the past, but I have stuff all the way from back when I was a child. I have all my kids' childhood things, casts and stuff of my kids. So this is what I always tell everybody. This is my personal museum and it's my life. And it, like I said, this is my dream come true. But I try to remind everybody, I am an electrician by trade. But I also was raised by my father, who was very broad in the aspect of teaching me a lot of different things. He was a machine repairman. He always kept me out in the garage working on stuff. My father was also a carpenter, so I learned a lot of different carpentry. I learned mechanical. I have my electrical trade. I learned some masonry from my grandfather. And because of all those different versatilities of trades growing up, I was able to actually do everything here myself. I paid a company to rough up and put my concrete foundation down, but everything else was 100% done by me. If you can do that, you can build one very cheaply. But I always like to try and just note to people, if you were to get a quote to do what I've done with this particular building and you had to pay somebody, it is not a cheap thing to do. I did because it took me, yes, I have a very good insurance policy on my barn. It took me 6 months, start to finish. And thank you, I appreciate that, Jason. He says, I'm going to go back to the comments for a minute. He says, great job, young man, as always. And again, thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. And I hope you're really doing good, buddy. Yes, you do get BIP points at the pick a brick wall. Our units says 13,000 is 100. 13,000 points is 100. Okay. Thank you. Because like I said, I can never remember what the translation rate was. Jonathan C. says the change in the conversion a couple of years ago, basically it was 5% cash back. Okay. And so Jonathan was saying it was 5% cash back. T-Bone 98, how are you? I have not seen you in a while. Thank you so much for signing in. And Bruce Kuhn was saying hi to Jason Vincent and said shark, shark, shark. Anthony Perot says, what is the build on the left of the Parisian restaurant? This is the other half of the pet shop set. The pet shop I did yesterday, and it's already on the table. Mayo says stopping by. He says he was working 9 to 5. Destro, hello, hello. I answered that. Lego Joe says I'm back. Yes. And what did I tell you, Jason? The thing to remember, because I know you've been married for a very short time. Happy wife, happy life. So always remember that. Happy wife, happy life, and you will be married forever, my friend. No, 6 months isn't bad at all, but that's how long it took me to build it. Scotty Johnson did it again. Thank you so much, Scotty Johnson. Scotty Johnson just did another $10 donation and says, okay, I'm heading to bed. Have a long weekend ahead of me. Have a great weekend, guys. And thank you again, Scotty Johnson. I really appreciate it. That was awesome of you. And then T-Bone 98 says, have you found a good way to do a corner road on the MILS system with the new road plates? I had one version, but I'm not happy with it. I can actually go grab it and show it to you. And again, thank you so much for that $5 donation as well, T-Bone 98. It definitely is a monsoon tonight. Let me grab that curve that I made. I'm not real happy with it. What I'm actually looking at doing is I made a brick-built curve, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up using the same methods I used on my brick-built curve. And actually, you know what? I'm going to grab that and just bring it on camera. And I do want to point out also I can't bring that because I got wiring in it. Anything when it comes to my MILS roads, all you have to do is go to my playlists on my channel. And if you look under the MILS plates, under playlists, all the videos for all these, and a lot of these, the how-to videos are on those lists as well. But here's what I wanted to show you. This was one of my curves I did using the new plates. I don't like it. I'm still wanting to do something possibly different in here. Excuse me. That's what happens for drinking too much pop. I want to do something different in here. What I possibly have been thinking about was getting rid of this big square altogether and just getting some more of these, because these are because they sell the road plates both in 16 by 16 and an 8 by 16. So I have an 8 by 16 here and here, and then this one is a 16 by 16. And take care, Scotty. We will see you later. And again, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate all the donations. You're awesome, my friend. Greg says, yes, a blizzard definitely was hit tonight, without a doubt. But I'm personally not happy with this myself. I still don't like it. On my actual brick-built curves, I did a much better curve on this side, and I think it looks better. And quite simply, just to explain the curve on the inside, all you have to do is do a 4, a 3, a 3, a 2, a 2, and then you do the backwards pieces. And then it gives you a real nice fluent angle. And like I said, I'm going to redo another one. I'm still playing with ideas, but typically I don't have a lot of turns in my city. Most of my stuff is all intersections. So I mainly focus on that, and I thought I had one handy to show you if you wanted to see an intersection. What I'm doing with the intersections, and I'm going to explain it to you as soon as I grab it. Oh, you know what? Here, I can show you what I mean by a good curve. I do have one over here. These were my brick-built curves, and I think these actually look wonderful. It's kind of separating a little bit because I'm holding it with one hand. But what I'm wanting to do is to take this curve and this curve, but put it on top of this, because this is my old curve for the brick-built roads. And I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and use this curve and this angle here, and then put it over top of this particular plate. And this is the only solution I can come up with to make it look good, and I really don't like it, is to take a white piece of pinstriping tape and curve that one in so it would be pinstriped here. And then put a white piece of tape here so that way you get the angular look. AFOL's TV is basically this right here, but it's this without the pieces in the center. I have another thought and another idea on how to do this. I need to buy some more pieces because I honestly think I know how to get that white peg to turn using, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's a 2x2 curve piece. I don't have the right color, but I think I have an idea. You know what, let's play with it since we're talking about it right now, because I can do it with the wrong colors. I guess it doesn't matter. I have some of the colors, but not all of them. Where are we at? Let's see. That might work too. Give me just a second. I'm fishing through my drawer of pieces here so I could kind of show you what I was talking about. Because it's like, you know what, I haven't done it, so it wouldn't hurt to try it live, right? And then let me grab a road plate piece. And I need these, the small ones. And I should have them. I thought I had them right next to me. Where did I put them? I know I don't have that many of them, but I have them. Oh, there they are. Oh, here, I don't have an actual intersection, but I have a T intersection. This is the T intersection that I made using the new road plates, and I just wanted to show you. It does overhang a little bit, and the reason that it overhangs is because I didn't like when I built it in all the way, because now your sidewalk is actually in line with your curb, and it didn't look right. So I did a very slight overlap, and what you have to do is you have to build a special plate next to this, and then this just slides over that special plate. But just imagine this with another one on this end, and that would be your intersection. And this is more of what I'm going to be putting in my city now. I perfectly agree with you, Anthony Perot. He says it's better to have straight angles than it is to have the curves. And thank you so much for sharing the playlist, Greg. Jason Vincent says, I seen you had to say hello, but work always. I know you are a working fool, my friend, and I hope you haven't logged off yet for me to Blizzard. Jason says we might have to have a tsunami one of these weeks. Yes, tsunamis are awesome, and you definitely always bring them, I have to say. Trying to read a few more. He's talking to him. Doodle-doo, Jonathan. Perhaps Lego needs a print for a curb. That's something I've honestly been wondering. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed it or not, and just the other day I parted out a total of, well, I only parted out 15 of them. But Lego's been discounting the road plate sets, and it made me wonder if they were going to be coming out with one that actually has a curve soon. But the thing I was going to try, let me grab 2 of these, because here was what I thought, and actually I guess it doesn't matter because the holes would still be in the same place. So no, I don't need that. So if that was in that corner, one of the things I had kind of thought about, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to try it right now and see. I don't think it's going to work. Nope, not that way anyway. But what I had kind of thought about, let me just put it on a plate. That might be better to work it out, just to show you what I was thinking. Because if you take enough of these pieces, so let's put one here and let's put one here, okay? Now, what I'm going to show you is if you put a white plate, let me find a white plate, or a tile, excuse me. I need to work on my angles and a few other things to figure it out totally, but I kind of know what I'm thinking in my head anyway. If I can get it to, and that's not what I was going to do either. Was it this piece? So if I do that one and that one, maybe it's those pieces that I wanted to use. And I'm sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm working on. That's too tight. I had seen this worked out somewhere else, and I'm trying to, was that it? I need a square piece on the back. I got to work on it a little more, but anyway, because if you take this and you put it up in there, it's going to give you that line that'll make it curved. And it's simply by using these, but what you have to do, and like I said, I'm just kind of trying to like quickly rough something up. But what you would want it to do to actually make it go in there, and let me get another thing to show you. And like I said, I have to work out all the logistics of it, but and it's still more of a thought in my head than it is anything. Give me 1 second. Grabbing a few more little parts. And again, this is just a very small square to give you an idea of kind of what I've been thinking. So take this, put that there, and you can take another one, and then you're pinching it. You see what I'm saying? Into position. So now, and I'm using the wrong pieces just to, well, let me get the right ones to show you a better idea. I think I have them anyway. Oh, I don't have them in the right color. Well, we can still play around a little bit though, just to show you. But anyway, this little piece right here, you would put one on this side, and then obviously you would put another one here. It's that piece, but I'm using this just to give me the right color. And I can't use that because you got to use, that's right, we need the, what do you call them? It's the little bitty pieces. There they are. Clickets, or whatever the heck these little things are. So you'd put one in here, and again, I don't have all the right colors, guys, so I'm just going to replace this with a color piece so you can get the idea. But again, it's this piece that you would want to use. Then you'd take another one of these. And this would be a part consuming thing, so I don't want to lie about that. Then I need a 1x1. But I'm hoping that gives you the idea, because see, now you can take that, and if you were to put that, say right here, in the center, and you could even offset it like right about here. That gives you that, because mind you, these got to come off. So let me pop those out. If I can get it. But the thing I have to say is, again, I have to play with it, and I'm just kind of smashing things and tearing it up now. I want to do a better angle, and I want to do the better road, but that kind of gives you, I'm hoping anyway, the idea of what I have in my head. So if you put that piece right there, now the line actually comes, turns, and then comes down. At least I kind of hope you can see what I'm talking about with that. Jonathan C., the reason that you don't want to use the triangles is quite simply this. Number one, they don't make the triangles in the dark blue-gray. But number two, you would have a really, and I mean really fat line. You can use them, don't get me wrong, but you would have a fat line. But I mean, it wouldn't look horrible. But again, if you were gonna, you can't use this plate here though. You're gonna have to tile this portion of the plate in. But you can plate it, or tile it, I should say, and then you can do something like that to give you a brick-built curve. And I hope that makes sense. And you can make this longer, so if you wanted to really match this up, you could do it with a 1x4, and then that piece would actually fit better and look a little better, and then match up with all that a little better. And like I said, I hope this makes sense. But this was kind of one of the ideas I was playing with and wanting to play with more, because I really truly think if the more that I played with it, I could get it on a better angle. Like say this one, that actually kind of does look a little better already, because that's putting it on more of an angle. But I feel like that would be a more natural look. But like I said, I still have, it's like a lot of things, I don't mind sharing them with anybody, but I have to work it out in my head in building with it. And I just haven't had the time, quite honestly, to sit down and totally figure out how this might work and look good. But that is one of my solutions. If you wanted to try and stick with these, you would have to tile in this whole corner, or what you would do is you would use that one there, and another one of these on the back portion, and then this piece would get tiled in. So there's a couple different things you could actually do to come up with that. And you can even make it stick, but you'd have to put a jumper plate underneath, because right now, as you can see, I just have a tile under it. But you would want a jumper plate right here on this piece, and then that piece would actually snap onto that jumper plate, so that wouldn't actually pop off and get lost. I think they will come out with some curves at some point, but it's probably just going to take them a little bit of time. And Kaylin Stone, hey, how the heck are you? I haven't seen you on a live stream in a while either, my friend. But I would tell you, I mean, but at the same time, like I said though, most people don't really use curves. Even with the old road plates, everybody always says they have to have curves, they have to have curves. And I can't tell you how many curves that I actually have that I really wish I never had. And it was kind of the same thing because that's where my parking garage came in. A lot of people always ask why, some people don't like my parking garage. It is a simplistic build, but the whole point and premise of the parking garage, the way that I built it, was because before they came out with these, the old road plates, anytime you wanted to get a straight road plate, you got a four-way intersection road plate. And the point of my parking garage was to show people how you could take that four-way intersection piece and make something somewhat useful, functional, and looking good in a city, which was a parking garage. And it's like these, it's like anything, because I've come up with a lot of different ideas. I've come up with a lot of different designs. And I haven't had the time to sit and play with it, because this is one of those things that, for me to actually come up with a really true, tried and true method and something that I think would look good, I generally will turn my music on, I'll have my music blaring, just kind of go in my own head, and I just start building and get lost, and then and I build until I come up with a solution that I'm happy with. But this is one possible solution if you want a true tiled roadway and you want that angular curved piece. That's one way to do it. And I might work on that this weekend if I get a chance. But my main focus for this weekend is I'm going to try and get that train station transferred over to a MILS plate, because to me that is like a huge priority, because I want to get that in the city, and I want to start getting some of these roads and stuff built with my intersections and all that, to really start making some progress and some headway, so I can show an insanely huge city in my next city update, hopefully here within the next week. Kenneth Swan says he liked it when they had the road plates where you could buy two. Yes, but correct me if I'm wrong on that also though, Kenneth. I want to say they stopped doing those. If I'm not mistaken, it was every bit of about 12 years ago. Because you're right, it used to be you could buy a 2-pack of straights or curves or intersections or whatever, and then they started mixing them together, and it really was annoying, and I still don't understand why they did it. I thought it was, I shouldn't say thought, I personally feel like they did it because they were trying to force people to buy the other plates so they could get rid of inventory. That was kind of my feeling on it. I can't swear that that is what they did or why they did it, but that is my feeling on it. But I mean, I could be wrong too. I don't know. That was just kind of my take on it, that Lego was trying to be a little bit greedy, or they were just trying to get rid of some old inventory, and that's why they forced everybody to start buying a curve or a four-way intersection with a T or a straight piece. But I agree with you. I really wish they would have just gone back to the old way and just left it to where you could buy 2 straights or 2 curves or whatever size or whatever road you wanted, and just buy those by themselves. And yes, it's been a long time since we've seen you, Kaylin. Absolutely. Bruce did shark, 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 and Kaylin did raccoon, raccoon, raccoon for Bruce Coon. But like I said, I really wish we could go back to that as well. Mike says he doesn't mind the parking garage. Check into it, and the cost of a parking space is outrageous. Yes, they are. I know where I work, because I work at Metro Airport, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's $24 a day just to park the car in a parking garage, which to me is absolutely insane. And you're absolutely right, John. It is always all about the cash. Me, because I know a lot of people say they don't like these, but I am transferring over them. And holy crap, thank you so much. Brick Sergeant just upgraded to gold membership. Dude, oh, wow. And again, I'm going to tell you the same thing that I said earlier, just as a reminder. Don't forget to go to community tabs. And actually, I'm going to hook you up right after I get off of here and check out and make sure you get the nice bump in the Discord group. But don't forget to go in the gold room either, because I post it there, and I also post it on community tabs. So that way you can get the free download of my train station. But thank you so much for the upgrade, man. I really appreciate that. That is awesome of you. Is there any other questions or anything anybody has about like road plates or anything? Since I already have a bunch of stuff sitting here handy. If anybody wanted to see them. Because I'm actually probably going to end the stream here in about another 5 minutes. That's why I figured I'll double check. And like I said, we're glad to have you back, Kaylin. Good to see you. Which even for me, it's good to be back because I know I went what's the word I'm looking for? I kind of went ghost for a little while. I got a little busy between the commission job and I had some other things going on in life, and hopefully I'm back to stay, and I'm going to keep trying to push and do this every single day as far as the live streams and all that. And then it's really nice to see so many of you guys are still actually around and see so many familiar faces and names. It's very awesome to see all of you guys. T-Bone says, do you think Lego is going to come out with the new base plates to be similar to other building block brands? When you say that with the new base plates, are you referring to the 32 by 32 with the anti-stud on the bottom of them? I can see that being a possibility if that's what you're referring to. But here is, I have a total of 10 buildings converted over to the MILS plates now, Rita Wilson. So say, here's the stinger with Lego. The problem with Lego is they can't make anything this. Because this is what was explained to me. Take it or leave it. I don't know if it's true or not. Because of the size of a standard base plate, because these are vacuum. These base plates with the no stud on the back, these are vacuum formed. These are not made in-house. They're made for Lego by a company that Lego pays to make them, but these are not made in-house. Where Lego, the biggest thing that they can make is a 16 by 16 part based upon the size of their injection mold system. And that was part of the reason why they came out with these, is because Lego has an issue where they want to keep the quality control in-house, in shop, and they want to make every single part. They don't want to outsource things anymore. So prime example, with this plate right here, Lego didn't want to continue making these. Now, originally I was told that they were discontinuing these altogether and they were discontinuing roads. I recently have heard some different rumors that they have changed their minds and they're not going to be canceling these at all. So I don't think anybody has any worries if they want to stay with standard base plates and standard road plates, because from the source that I heard it from, they're not discontinuing them now. They rethought it and they're just going to go ahead and keep making them. But I can see them doing more with these. I don't know that they'll ever make a curve, because I know, to me, oh yeah, my internet's dropping, guys. It's that time of night when I usually have a bump. And I think what it is, I'm trying to wait for the internet to clear up. One moment on internet. Come on, straighten up. All right, I think we're starting to clear back up now anyway. Yeah, it's usually every night, and I don't know why it is. Usually around 9:30 at night, I get a really bad blip. And I think it's something to do with the satellites overhead having to get back into alignment or whatever, but I do apologize for that little blip. And it's, like I said, it looks like it's staying clear now. And that's awesome. Brick Sergeant says he's almost done with the Hogwarts Express set now. started just after you started the live stream. Holy crap, man, you're flying through that set then. I am totally I totally agree with you. The Roche brick builds, I I I mean, at first, I will be the first to admit, when they first came out with these, I was not, and there goes the internet again. Waiting for the internet to clear up. What the heck? Come on. I wish it was that, Mike. Unfortunately, though, it's part of Starlink. It does, like I said, it does get bad every now and then, unfortunately. And usually what it is at certain times of night, and I think what it is it's the satellites are trying to line back up or whatever. I'm surprised I'm not dropping frames or something, because I keep seeing a major drop in speed, because my kilobytes per second for my stream are dropping down to 300. And normally, it's like right now, I'm at 2,000 kilobytes a second. Steve says Elon Musk's huge ego blocking the signal. Bricktail says, no, the connection is just fine on my end. No hitches or awesome. Anyway, before it starts glitching out again, because I totally forgot what I was even talking about, I will be making some more videos on a few more of these things, though, once I get some more stuff squared away. So I will be focusing on a few different things, but like I always tell everybody, or that's what I was talking about real quickly, trying to go back and touch on it. Anyway, I think Lego might actually make curved pieces at some point, but I'm not sure when, if, or when they'll, how they'll do it. But that is the big thing with Lego, is that Lego cannot do the injection molding that they do for anything bigger than a 16 by 16 plate sized piece. It could be 16 square, 16 studs in any direction, but that's like the biggest thing they can make. And that's kind of why they came out with these, to get their everything under one roof and controlled by them. And I tend to want to believe you, Steve. Anyway, though, because it seems like it's trying to keep continually dropping, and then it comes up and then drops and comes up, I think that's my cue to roll that beautiful bean footage. So we're going to roll that beautiful bean footage, so I can give a very special thanks to all the people that actually donated tonight, because I am still absolutely blown away by how many people donated tonight. And let me start by giving a very, very, very special thank you to Brick Sargent, Scott Johnson, Kyle Dunbar, Aussie Adams Bricks, Pat O'Connor, Bruce Kuhn, Eggtown Egg, Kenneth Swan, Anthony Perot, Greg Bissett, Brooks Bricks, Bree Tucker, and I hope I'm saying that right, Jason Vincent, T-Bone 98, and another very special thank you to all the new members, R. Claxton, Brian M., and Brick Sargent. And I do want to also give another quick reminder for the new members that joined the Gold membership. Don't forget to check out community tabs to make sure that you get into the disc. Yes, it is that bean footage. Make sure you check community tabs to get your link to get in Discord. And if you are already in Discord, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to be making sure I upgrade your status to the Gold status. And again, thank you so much for all the support and everything, guys. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully we see you in tomorrow's live stream. So as always, thank you for coming to Bevan's Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hopefully we'll see you next time on Bevan's Bricks. Take care, everybody.